Hi guys, it's Rach. Today I have another behind the tube video. This one will just be a short one. Sorry, that's still not the greatest name for this series, but I don't have any better ideas at the moment, so we're going with it. Today I wanted to talk about moderating comments. Now, as a YouTuber, as a person who creates content and who has a channel, you do have the opportunity to delete comments. You can delete your own comments and you can delete comments that other people have written. You can also report comments. However, I don't know what that actually does. I've never sort of seen anything progress from that. I've never reported a comment on my own video. I've reported a comment on somebody else's video once, and that's because it was particularly hateful. It said something like that person should just die, and I just don't think that there's ever a reason for somebody to write that kind of thing on someone else's video. So I reported that as somebody who was just watching the video and happened to read that comment, but I don't know what happens from that. If anybody does know, I'd love to hear from you, but I've never seen anything. Maybe if you get a certain amount of your comments reported, maybe you get blocked. I don't actually know what the follow through of that is, but I wanted to talk more about coming from a YouTuber's perspective, particularly beauty videos. You do get hate, you do get criticism, you do get negativity. Sometimes you even get comments that have zero to do with the video, and I wanted to hear about your thoughts on what YouTubers should do in that instance, and whether they should delete the comments, whether they should just leave them, whether they should respond to them, whether they shouldn't. I know there is a lot of mixed opinions in this area, and I also know that on particularly controversial videos, that a lot of the or some of the bigger YouTubers have been accused of removing or deleting comments that portray them in a negative light and only leaving the positive ones. So that's something that happens, and I don't know if I've ever had one of my own comments deleted, but a lot of people have said that they have had their comments deleted on videos and stuff before. So I guess this is not necessarily a super controversial issue, but it is something that comes up, and I wanted to hear your thoughts. For me, I think there's a few instances where comments can be and should be deleted. In the past, particularly when I first started my channel, my view was that never delete a comment. Everything stays. It's the part and parcel with YouTube, is that if you get a negative comment, that you just have to deal with that. I also have always had the notion of killing people with kindness. So if somebody writes a particularly negative comment to me, if I'm going to respond, which sometimes I want to because I feel I'm a person and I am argumentative in nature, and sometimes I want to defend myself, that I always do that in the nicest way possible. I do not try and get aggressive back. I don't try and be rude back. If anything, I try and be super friendly back, because I feel like that's the best way to deal with these things, is to either ignore them, which is some people's views, and I think that is sometimes a good thing. It's just sometimes as a person it's hard to ignore when somebody is attacking you, particularly if they're attacking you on a personal level. I've had comments where people have sort of accused me of being fake or not acting like myself, and I always think, one, I don't have any time to be fake on YouTube, because honestly it takes long enough for me just to create a video, let alone for me to put on some kind of fake personality. I have a few hours a week, if that, to film a lot of videos for you guys, so there is no time to put on some kind of fake personality. But in that, I always think, well, how do you know it's being fake? If this is the only opportunity that you kind of see me, how do you know that I don't act exactly like this in every other portion of my life? That's always my kind of thoughts. So because I have that thoughts, I always feel like I want to kind of respond. And I don't respond to every negative comment, but I will respond to some, and that's just me. Sometimes I just can't leave things alone, and particularly if they're hurtful, I feel like I want to have my chance to respond. I have this very deep inset thing of right and wrong and fair and unfair, and that's just a personality of trait of mine. Sometimes it gets in the way, but it's the way I am. So I do respond to comments of a negative nature, but I tend to leave them there and just sort of go with it. If they're just outright like, your nose is too big, I do ignore things like that, because I'm not getting a nose job. What am I going to do? Who are you to decide that my nose is too big or too small or anything else like that? That's been my general opinion. Recently, I've kind of modified that a little bit into the fact if there are things that are particularly swear word heavy, I do realize now, after having a channel for sort of 3.5 years, that my audience is quite young. I do have an older audience, but I do have some people who watch my videos who are 8 and 9 years old. And if I was their parents, I wouldn't want them exposed to a lot of swear words. I mean, you're going to be exposed to it anyway, but if there's a way that I can remove it, I will do that. So if I get a lot of particularly strong swearing in a comment, then I will delete that, because it's not something that I want. I'm not going to be a hypocrite and say that I never swear, because I do. It happens sometimes, but I try and keep it to a minimum in my videos, and therefore I think it's only fair that I keep it to a minimum in my comments. So that's one reason, I guess, why I would delete a comment. Again, doesn't happen often, but if it did, that's why I would. Another one is spamming people's videos, and I want to do a separate video on when to self-promote and when it's okay to self-promote your videos on other people's videos and things like that. But I think if you're posting a comment that is spamming another person's video, it's got nothing to do with their video, they haven't asked for video responses or anything like that, then I think the YouTuber has every right to delete that, because you're kind of intruding on their hard work. So again, sometimes I'll just leave them up there, because if it has something to do with my video, then I'm happy for that to be there. I think it's good as a community to help prop everyone up. But if it's something that has nothing to do with my video and it's clearly spam, then I think it's okay to delete it. And then the third thing is when other people post their own coupon codes onto a haul or video that you've done where you might share your own coupon code. Particularly iHerb videos, that's one iHerb hauls that I do that comes up a lot, is that I might get 20 comments of other people putting their coupon codes, even though I share my own, and I think that's a little bit rude. I just think that if you are, or by all means, share your own coupon code. Everyone who orders from iHerb can get a coupon code that goes towards getting them credit to be able to buy more products from them. But if that's the case, make your own video, share your own coupon code that way. Don't spam other people's videos. I don't think that that's right. And then the last thing, a last reason why I would delete a comment, if it was something, like I said earlier on, particularly hateful, if it was anything about somebody, I don't know, killing themselves or hurting themselves or saying like anything that's completely just not even like constructive criticism about the video, just purely hate, then I think then a YouTuber is within their rights to delete that, and there's just no space on the internet for that kind of thing, because you've seen the damage that can do for some people, what cyberbullying can lead to for some people, and I don't want that, any kind of negativity like that around my channel. So they are my thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts about comment moderating. If you've ever been a part of a situation where you felt like your comments were deleted by a YouTuber, maybe unfairly, or have you thought about it and thought honestly about it? Maybe it was fair. Were you just writing something that maybe wasn't necessary? I don't know. It is an interesting topic, and I think that I probably don't deal with it as much as some of the really, really big YouTubers are, because there's obviously a wider audience and they are susceptible to a lot more online trolls and hate and things like that. So it's definitely an issue that's out there, but I don't deal with it too much. And I think it also applies to Facebook comments and Instagram comments and things like that. Do you have an opinion on that? Is it kind of the same as what you have for comment moderating on YouTube? Should comments be moderated on Facebook and Instagram and Tumblr and places like that? So that's it for this video. We'll keep it relatively short and sweet. Like I said, I'll have some comment questions in the description box below, so make sure you check them out, and then leave me some feedback in the comments and discuss amongst yourselves. Remember, keep it clean, keep it nice. Everyone can have their own opinion. It's just, this is all about sharing and discussion and creating a discourse. Fun word, learned that in university. Never had a chance to really use it in life until now, but that's what we're going to go with. Other than that, I'm going to talk to you guys all in my next video, and I hope you're all having a great day. Bye!